And my city loved me like DeMar DeRozan. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Raps Report, a podcast where I talk about the Raptors and the NBA. I'm your host, Luca Rosano. Hope you're all doing well on this Saturday. In today's show, I'm going to be talking about DeMar DeRozan, but I'm not going to be talking about the DeMar DeRozan reference in Drake's latest freestyle called Lemon Pepper. Go check it out. Go listen to it if you haven't already. But instead, I'm going to be talking about DeMar DeRozan because he is the most disrespected player in the NBA. And for those of you saying those rights are reserved by Damian Lillard did not once again get snubbed in the All-Star game. Damian Lillard did not get blindsided and traded by his team. You look at DeMar DeRozan, guys. This is how, in my opinion, he's the most disrespected player in the NBA. And listen, I was a former fan of his. I still am a fan of his. And if there's one guy who I really want to see win an NBA championship, it's DeRozan. I mean, he played for the Raptors for all those years. He carried us through many of the bad years in Raptors land. And he gave so much to this city. So let's start there. DeMar DeRozan felt disrespected by the Toronto Raptors when he was traded out of the bloom to the San Antonio Spurs, which brought Kawhi Leonard, this man right here, which I'm not regretting, by the way. It was a fantastic trade. It is a business. To Toronto. But DeRozan was not expecting to be traded. DeRozan, in the blink of an eye, was out of the city that he loved and still does love. A city that he gave his absolute all for. So that took him by surprise. That obviously rubbed him the wrong way. He was very disappointed. He came out and said that he felt very disrespected. So then all of a sudden, DeRozan is in a new destination, in a new place in San Antonio. But, you know, the first season obviously stung. Seeing Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors win the NBA championship, that probably didn't sit as well with him as you may think. But then he started to come into his own as a San Antonio Spurs player. But then the disrespect still continued. It's not like it stopped. The disrespect still continued. And just take this past offseason, going into the 2021 NBA season, DeMar DeRozan disrespected by ESPN when they came out with their top 100 players going into the season. DeMar DeRozan landed at 82nd. 82nd out of 100 players. The disrespect was so bad that Twitter came to his defense saying he's been disrespected his whole career. You know it's bad when Twitter has your back. Usually Twitter is canceling people, but in this case, Twitter had DeRozan's back and they were standing up for DeRozan, a guy who just can't catch a break. And then the latest disrespect for DeMar DeRozan came just yesterday. Devin Booker unable to go to the All-Star game. His replacement announced. No, it wasn't DeMar DeRozan. It is Mike Conley. For the first time in Mike Conley's career, he is announced an All-Star. And listen, I'm happy for Conley. Everybody is happy for Conley. This isn't about Conley. His time's coming to an end. He's getting up there in age. He doesn't have many seasons left. So to see Conley finally get to an All-Star game, it warms your heart. But this is more about the fact that DeMar DeRozan got badly snubbed. I mean badly snubbed. DeMar DeRozan is having a fantastic season this season, guys. And I mean, this is probably one of his best seasons of his career. And this really got under the skin of DeRozan because he took to Twitter right after the announcement was made for Devin Booker's replacement and said this. Gets to a point where you just gotta laugh at the BS. And DeRozan's got a point, guys. I mean, DeRozan is averaging 20 points, 7.2 assists, and 4.9 rebounds in 33.8 minutes per game for a playoff caliber Spurs team that a lot of people wrote off going into the season. I was one of those people. I didn't think the Spurs were going to be a playoff team. And none of his Spurs teammates will be going to the All-Star game. And Conley will now be the third Jazz member to make the team alongside Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. And through the first half of the season, DeRozan is averaging more points, assists, and rebounds per game than Mike Conley. So DeRozan does have a case here. DeRozan's gone through a lot mentally, to which he's come out publicly and spoken about some of the things that he was dealing with. And, his career hasn't been easy per se. Yes, you could sit there and say, oh, boo-hoo, he's making a lot of money. He's a professional athlete, get over it. But put yourself in his shoes. Put yourself in that moment. Put yourself on that platform. You look at what's gone down in DeRozan's career, and there are a lot of examples of him blatantly getting disrespected, to which I am saying that he is the most disrespected player in the NBA. And going back to my point at the start of the show, if there's one guy I'm rooting for to win a championship, it is DeMar DeRozan. Not just because he played for the Raptors for all those seasons, and I grew up watching the guy, but more so about his dedication to the game and the fact that he is, a lot of the times, overlooked, undervalued, and not given the respect and the attention and the acknowledgement that he deserves. I know he has his flaws in his game, defensively, the consistency of his shot, but you look at the whole scale of his game, DeRozan's a good player. This isn't just a scrub. This isn't just a guy that you forget about. He is putting together a really good resume, but of course, he's going to have to go on and achieve what he hasn't done yet, and that is postseason success and performing in the postseason. That is something that has hindered his career, because in the regular season, DeMar DeRozan has been flat out impressive. But now can he show the world that he has what it takes to lead a team and, put up some big numbers in the playoffs? So hopefully he can get that moment, those signature wins in the playoffs. It's going to be tough in a loaded Western Conference, but right now, the Spurs are playing great basketball, and DeMar DeRozan is leading the way over there in San Antonio. So this is just my take. This was a raw, off-the-cusp rant, or, whatever you want to call this, monologue about DeMar DeRozan. And what do you think, guys? Is DeMar DeRozan the most disrespected player in the NBA, in your opinion? Or do you disagree? Do you think that DeMar DeRozan complains and, we shouldn't be talking about this? Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section down below. Drop a like on this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Let me know if you like these other podcasts that I do. Again, this is a podcast where I mainly talk about the Raptors. As you can see from my backdrop, I am a Raptors fan, but I do want to talk about other teams whenever there are talking points to touch on, and this was one of them that I wanted to jump on today. So let me know what you think. Again, leave your comments down below. Hit that join button if you want to become a channel member, and I will be going live tomorrow night for the All-Star game, as we'll see what goes down in an All-Star game that has, randomly come together in a wild season that has been. So that's it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Until next time, be great and stay blessed. Peace.